Father Bachman, choir master at Clear Creek Abbey. I'd like to introduce you today to the hymn Salve Regina. Salve Regina is the fourth of the four Marian antiphons. So the Salve Regina is sung again at the end of Compline, but from Paschal time until Advent. Like for the Regina Caeli, there are two versions, the simple and solemn. We remarked last time that the simple and solemn resembled one another melodically. This is not the case for the Salve Regina. The simple and solemn are two totally different melodies belonging to two different modes. Although one is simple, the other is more elaborate. Now, who composed the Salve Regina? There are three candidates proposed. The first is Herman the Cripple, who was a monk of Reichenau, who lived between 1013 and 1054. The second candidate is Peter of Montsoreau, the Bishop of Compostela, who died around 1000. The third one is Adhémar, the Bishop of Podium or Puy-en-Velay in France. This prelate distinguished himself by being the first to volunteer for the crusade preached by Urban II. He was supposed to have composed this chant as a war song, or if you prefer, a theme song for the crusade. Scholars propose one or other of these names without any confidence. They simply report who is said to have composed this little hymn. There are several legends connecting the Salve Regina to Saint Bernard. One of them is this. Saint Bernard, acting as legate apostolic, was entering a cathedral in Germany in Christmas Eve of 1146. He's going up the aisle, and the choir was singing just this antiphon. They arrived at just toward the end, and Saint Bernard was said to have genuflected at each of the three last invocations, O clement, O loving, O sweet Virgin Mary. There's another version of that same legend in which, at that same point, the choir would have terminated the antiphon as it was composed, and Saint Bernard would have completed it on the spot by inspiration and in chant, O clement, O loving, O sweet Virgin Mary. Whatever is the case, what is sure is that this antiphon was in use at Citeaux, which is the foundation of St. Bernard, even during St. Bernard's time. You may have guessed from the proceeding that the text of the Salve Regina corresponds to the Hail Holy Queen, which is a rather popular prayer, often added at the end of the Rosary, or at the end of Mass, one of the Leonine prayers. It's well known in that translation. I'd like to cite you another translation by comparison. This translation might be a little bit more literal. Mary, we hail thee. That is salve. There are two ways of saying hello in Latin. One way is salve, salve Regina, hail Holy Queen. The other is ave, ave Maria. We have Mary, we hail thee, Mother and Queen compassionate. Mary, our comfort, life, and hope, we hail thee. To thee we exiles, children of Eve, lift our crying. To thee we are sighing, as mournful and weeping we pass through this vale of sorrow. Turn thou therefore, O our intercessor, those thine eyes of pity and loving kindness upon us sinners. Hereafter, when our earthly exile shall be ended, show us, Jesus, the blessed fruit of thy womb. O gentle, O tender, O gracious Virgin Mary. This is, of the four Marian antiphons, definitely the most prose-like. However, it does show some little indications of poetical concern. The lines, although they are unequal, are somewhat balanced, and there's a faint little rhyme scheme that can be discerned. I'd like to recite the Latin text for you in the hope that you might be able to perceive this. Salve Regina, Mater Misericordiae, vita dulcedo et spes nostra salve. Ad te clamamus, exules filii Eve. Ad te suspiramus, gementes et flentes in hoc lacrimarum valle. Ea ergo advocata nostra, illos tuos misericordes oculos ad nos converte. Et Iesum benedictum fructum ventris tui nobis post hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, O pia, O dulcis Virgo Maria. Mother of mercy, compassionate mother and queen, this hymn is all about Our Lady's mercy. One last little remark. St. Alphonsus of Liguori wrote his famous classic, The Glories of Mary, based on the Hail, Holy Queen. If you look closely, the work is structured as a commentary on each of the lines of this hymn. On to the music then. We will only concern ourselves here with the simple tone. It is in fifth mode, and it follows basically a C major scale or a Do scale. Rather surprisingly, you have throughout the piece the Do, Mi, Sol, Do, Do, Mi, Sol, Do, Mi, Sol, Do arpeggio, which is rather uncharacteristic of the chant. I can see two ways of expressing or of explaining that. First of all, the lateness of the chant must be around the 11th century. But I prefer this explanation, that there was a set purpose of the composer to follow simple and clear-cut lines. Is there anything as simple and limpid as the utterances of our children sometimes in inspired moments? That is, not their chatter, but when they come up with something that knocks you over. I remember back in college, we were discussing in class music, and the teacher, a good old Jesuit by the name of Father Thomas Aquinas McGovern, asked what we students thought, was the feeling expressed by the Salve Regina. He asked about this chant because everybody knew it, and nobody answered. And he proposed filial piety. Filial piety. I rejected that. I must have been, about 20 years of age. I wanted a mathematical demonstration. But after more than 40 years of reflection on that, or at least singing the chant, I think that he hit it right on the nail. Well, with that, you have what you need to appreciate this little chant. We present to you the chant executed by the schola of the monastery, the simple tone. Listen to it with that filial piety that we just recommended. Learn it, sing it, teach it to your children. This is one of the basic elements of Catholic culture, part of the basic patrimony of the Church. Salve